Well, I have a story this morning about listening. We were just talking about listening in our prayer. And I've told this story before. You may have seen this story, but it's always good to hear it again and see it again. And this, of course, tells us that this is in the land where Jesus lived. But this story happened hundreds of years before Jesus was born. In this same place. And it's the story about a young boy, Samuel. Good for you. Young boy named Samuel. You know the story? Yeah. So I may not say it exactly how you know it, but hopefully it'll be close. And Samuel, according to the story, when he was very young, like probably about your age, his mom took him to the temple, like the church in the city, the synagogue, and had him live there to help the people in the temple. That seems like a very, very strange thing to us, but that was common in those days to do that. And so Samuel left his mom and lived in the temple. And his job was to look after one of the older men named Eli. And Eli was getting quite old, and Eli didn't walk very well, and he didn't see very well. So he needed help. And so Samuel would help him to get to wherever he needed to go, would help him to eat his meals, would help him to get dressed when he needed that. And that was his job. And so one night, it was time for bed, and so Samuel helped Eli into bed, made sure he was comfortable, and then he realized that he was actually really more tired than usual. It had been a hard day, and so he decided that he would go to bed too. And so he went and got into bed himself. Well, he wasn't there very long when all of a sudden he thought he heard someone calling his name. He heard, "Samuel, Samuel." And he sat up, but he couldn't figure out it. He couldn't tell if the sound was coming from somewhere else, from inside him, from down the hall. He couldn't tell, but he assumed it must have been Eli needing something, so he got up and he went down to check on Eli. And he said, "Did you call me?" And Eli, who was just about asleep, said, "Well, no, I didn't call you. Go back to bed." So Samuel went and got back in bed. Well, he couldn't sleep, and within a few minutes, again, he heard, "Samuel, Samuel." And this time, he got up and he ran to Eli and said, "Did you call me?" And Eli said, "No, I didn't call you. Go back to bed, Samuel." So Samuel went back, but this time he was really wide awake. And he laid there and was staring at the ceiling, couldn't sleep at all. And Samuel once more heard his name, "Samuel, Samuel." And as he was about to run, Eli, who was obviously listening, said, "It's not me, Samuel. Go to sleep." And he flopped back down in his bed. And then Eli called down the hall to him and said, "Samuel, I think maybe God is trying to talk to you." Next time you hear your name, say, I am your servant. I'm listening. So Samuel lay on his bed feeling a little bit afraid. And he was thinking, what would God want to say to me? And does God speak to children? And shouldn't God wait till I'm grown up? And then Samuel heard the voice again. Samuel, Samuel. And Samuel got up and stood and looked out and said, here I am, God. I'm listening. I wonder what Samuel, how he was feeling when he was laying there waiting for this voice to call him again. I wonder how he was feeling. Probably getting bored, yeah. It's hard at night sometimes when you can't sleep and you're just laying there in the dark. I wonder what God said to Samuel when Samuel was finally listening. I wonder. And I wonder how we know when God is talking to us. I wonder how we know. Well, that's our story. And we're going to sing a really neat song now. And we're going to sing this. It's called Listen, God is Calling. We're going to sing it through 3 times. The first time, I'm going to invite you to sing it in your normal voices. The second time, we're going to sing it really quietly. See if we can listen. And then the third time, we're going to sing it with every bit of voice that we can muster and see if we can shake the dust off the lights in this place. Listen, God is calling.